I recently just bought a Sig Sauer P250 subcompact, and I'm going to go through the disassembly of the fire control unit. We'll start by rotating the takedown lever. Turn that down 90 degrees. Then release the slide. Slide comes off. There's the frame. I'll set the slide aside for right now, and we'll pull out the takedown lever by just lifting and kind of working it back and forth a little bit. That pulls straight out. Like I said, it's dirty, so my hands are going to get dirty. We'll then lift up on the rails here and pull back on the hammer. You have to pull forward on the fire control unit, pull back on the hammer. And there's the fire control unit. Okay, so we have the fire control unit taken out of the firearm, and so the first thing we'll do is remove this spring here, and the easiest way to get it out is to remove this part first from the fire control unit. So what I'll do is simply just take the piece, turn it until it pops out. Okay. Then by lifting up on the spring, it'll come out. You can see it's bent right there. There's a bend in it. Now the next thing to do is to remove the trigger bar and the trigger itself. So I'll pull the trigger all the way forward. The trigger bar and trigger will separate. The relationship is that way. Okay, so I'll set those aside. The next thing we're going to do is push out this pin here, which will remove the slide stop assembly. So what I'll do is I'll put my finger on the top here because it is spring loaded. Start the pin out. I'll pull the pin the rest of the way and slowly release the pressure until the slide stop is out. And there is a small spring here that actually pushes up on it, and it keeps it under spring tension. So let's set that to the side. Alright. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to remove this pin here by pressing it through from this side. And there we go. That is the pin. And the next thing we're going to do is remove this pin here, which actually has quite a bit of pressure in it because there are springs right under this pin. So it might take a little bit of force to get it out. And again, we're removing it from this side and pushing it through to the other. I'll put my finger over top of the springs to make sure they don't fly out. There we go. And so we have the springs. There is the outer spring and the inner spring. This is the safety mechanism that fell out. And then if I remove the pin all the way, the hammer just drops right out. And there you have a completely disassembled fire control unit for the Sig P250. Stay tuned and I'll clean it up and put it back together.